she's like, oh well, you already know where I live. If you still wanna pop your shit, pull up. Pull up. Pull up. What's good, you guys? It's your girl, it's your fave, Just Dej, and I am back with another video today, you guys. So today I'm going to do another story time, but I'm going to do it in a get ready with me form. I did a poll on my page and y'all wanted to get ready with me plus the story time. If y'all don't vote on my polls, make sure y'all do, because that is how I determine what I put out for you guys. So I will have one after this video sometime tonight, so make sure that y'all go and vote on that. As you can tell by the title of this video, my story time is basically going to be my ex-bestie trying to fight me, y'all. Like, and it's crazy because as young as I am, I'm 24 years old if y'all don't know, I have hella story times, y'all. Like, it really be going down and I'm like, I don't know, you know, it'd be a lot going on. But anyways, make sure y'all stay tuned for the rest of this video. For my eyebrows, because I do them off camera, because they just take like way too long, I use this. It's just like elf pomade, and I use this. It's in the color Espresso, and I use the P. Louise base. This is in the color Rumor 08, and I use that to carve my brows out. I did skip a step on my eyebrows, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do that, and then I'm basically just gonna get into my story time. Okay, you guys, so let's get into the story. So there was a friend that I had, and we had been friends honestly since like I was probably, I want to say like probably 13, probably even younger than that. And we used to, like, I feel like if I say this is gonna give it away, we used to dance together somewhere, and we just have always been like, you know, pretty cool. We used to have like sleepovers and stuff, and we used to go to like a bunch of like events together, you know, like as young kids. We used to have sleepovers, like, y'all, all type of stuff. Like, we was like hella cool, right? So as we like grew up and I kind of stopped going to the place where I met her, we kind of, you know, like fell apart, really, like not being like so cool. And she has a cousin, and she actually lived really close to me, and she used to always come over to my house, and like we used to kick it and stuff. Like, me and her became close because of how like close she lived to me, you know. It was just like more convenient. I mean, around the time we couldn't like drive or nothing, you know. So that's how me and her end up getting cool. And it just so happened that it was actually the girl who wanted to fight me's cousin, if that makes sense. I'm not good at naming people, on top of the fact of me trying to get ready, so yeah, hopefully y'all can keep up. But so basically me and her was like cool. Me and her cousin was cool, and we was like hanging out and stuff all the time. So her cousin ended up going off to like college and stuff, and we were still talking and stuff even when she was in like college and everything, but this was like way far. She was going to like a school like way out of state. So the friend, so anyways, so the cousin that I was super cool with, she ended up going to a school out of state. So me and her was keeping in touch, but it wasn't like I could see her, right? So it was one of my friend's birthday parties, and I didn't, like, she just randomly walked in. So I'm just sitting there, I'm talking, it's my friend's birthday party. My friend's name is, okay, hold on, let me bring it back. Okay, I'm not gonna remember to name these people, y'all. Okay, so look, we ended up linking up at my friend's birthday party. She just like, you know, randomly walked in. I'm like, I didn't even know you was cool with her. Like, you know, she just like walked in. I'm like, I didn't even know you were cool with her. So me and her ended up like talking and stuff, and we was just like cool, and we exchanged numbers and stuff again, and we, you know, kind of started like hanging out from there pretty much. Okay, y'all, so I'm gonna use my Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation, And let me see what color this is in. This is in color 500C. I use this more so in the summertime. Usually I'm Fenty 425, but I'm using this for summer because I have gotten like a lot darker since I've been outside. So that's what I'm going to use. So anyways, so we ended up linking at this birthday party and we're cool. So we exchanged numbers and stuff, and we basically like kind of start hanging out from there. So we hanging out from there, and she ended up inviting me over to her house. Hold on y'all, let me back up. So I'm going to use the Milk Hydro Primer, and I have really oily skin, so this works really good for me. So I'm just probably gonna do like 2 squirts of that. So we cool and we're texting and stuff. So she ends up inviting me like over to her house. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'll go over there. We cool. I mean, like, you know, it's Henny bottles around. You feel me? We drinking and stuff, and we just like having a good time. We having like a really good time. Yeah. So we're having like a really good time. Really enjoying ourselves. So me catching up and stuff. And me and her end up like talking and stuff. She's like, wow. She's like, you know, I'm really glad that like, you know, we're starting to like hang out. She was like, well, you were friends with my cousin. I used to be jealous because like I wanted you to be my friend. And that was news to me. And this is the first time we like really hanging out outside of meeting up outside this party. And I'm like, really? I'm like, you know, I never knew that. You know, she's like, yeah, like I felt like that since we were like kids, you know, type shit. And I'm like, oh wow, like, you know, I never knew that. I'm like, you could have hung out, like we all could have hung out together, like this ain't no competition, you know, type shit. So she's like, yeah, she's like, you know, but I'm like really happy that we're like hanging out and stuff, basically. So I'm like, you know, like that's cool. I'm like, okay, like that's what's up. Like I'm glad that we can like hang out and stuff. And we're hanging around with like her friends and everything, and we're just like cooling. So we hang around with her friends and stuff. Next thing I know, there's a knock at the door. So there's a knock at the door, and it's a bunch of niggas. A bunch of them. A whole lot of them. And I'm just using my beauty blender, and I have my I think I did like a pump and a half of my foundation. So I'm gonna go in with that right now. So there's a knock at the door, and it's a bunch of niggas, y'all. It's a bunch of niggas. And I'm like, I thought that this was like, because like I said, we was hanging out with all her friends. Like I'm thinking this is like a girls' night or something. Whole time it's a bunch of dudes at the door, and I'm like, okay. So, you know, they walk in or whatever, and you know, they're cool, and she introduces everybody to each other, and she's like, oh, this is so and so and so and so, this is so and so. Whole time, like, her friends already know these guys. Like, I don't know them. No, her friends already know these guys. Like, all these people are like friends already. So I'm automatically like, oh, okay, you know, okay. And I'm the type of person where like, I can be shy sometimes, especially if I don't know you. And if everybody knows each other, I'm kind of just like sitting around with the Jay-Z face. You know what I mean? Anyways, so, you know, they're all cool and stuff. So we're talking, we're mingling, we're having like a good time. And so her and one of the guys ends up like going in the corner or whatever. She's like telling me like to come here and shit, and I'm like, okay. So I'm coming over there, and she's like, oh, well, tonight you're gonna be with this friend, and so is gonna be with this friend, and so likes this friend. And I'm just like, I'm confused. I'm like, what do you mean? You feel me? Like, I'm confused. Whole time they're basically setting up to like do the dirty, pretty much. They're basically setting up to like do the dirty, and I'm like, oh no, I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So it just got real scarce, y'all. It got real scarce. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay. And I'm telling her that like I'm cool on this right now. Like, you know, this is like a little much. You know, because whole time I have a boyfriend, so I'm like, I'm not really with this. Not that I feel pressured or anything. I just feel like everybody here knows each other. This is like a little strange. Like, I don't want nothing to do with this for real. So I ended up leaving. So she did end up texting me the next day and was like, kind of basically saying she felt some type of way about me like leaving, and that I was acting funny, and that basically her guy friends felt like I didn't like them. And I'm like, I'm like, it's not that I don't like them, you feel me? I don't even know them. Like, this is my first time like meeting them for real. Like it's not even that, you feel me? I'm like, it's not even that. And so she's like, oh well, you know, we're gonna have like another party in like a few days, like, you know, just like come and like don't be on that weird shit, basically. And I'm just like, so before we ended up like before I ended up going to like the new like get together or whatever that she was having, before the get together or whatever, we ended up like going out. So we ended up going out to like this like little seafood place, and we're just like talking and stuff. And this is around the time where I'm trying to like start up my business and everything, you know. So her being like my friend and like, you know, us like kicking in and we talking and stuff, I'm just like, I'm gonna show her like my ideas. Like I'm gonna show her like my little like logo and stuff. At that time, that's all that I had. All I had was my logo for real. So I'm showing her my logo or whatever, and she's like, we're sitting at the table, I show it to her, and she's like, I'm more of like a pink person, the purple is okay. And I'm just like, okay, like I'm not the type of person that can't take corrective criticism. So I'm just like, but that's the first thing that you said to me, like, girl, like. So then I'm kind of like, on top of the whole first situation that I wasn't okay with, and her texting me about it after the fact, now it's like, okay, cool, I'm gonna try again. Like, I'm trying to, you know, be cool with you. Like, I'm trying to involve you in some shit or whatever, you know. The whole time I didn't want her to be in like my shoot and stuff, but that obviously didn't end up happening because we ended up like falling out. So anyways, so I kind of was just like, I was like, wow, like that's rude, you know. I was like that's rude. I was like, I was just trying to show you something, but I was like, I understand like from your perspective, I guess, or whatever, if you like pink or whatever the fuck, even though that didn't have nothing to do with nothing. So I'm like, okay. So she was like, no, I mean, I'm not saying I don't like it, I'm just like saying I have a preference. Like, we're having this whole discussion, y'all, over a logo that's mine. Like, we're like, girl, it's not yours. It's not yours. Like, I ain't asked for your opinion. For real, I was just showing you. So I was kind of just like, okay, a hater. Then before I could even like finish like trying to tell her about like, you know, what I wanted to do and like what my plans was, and before I could even ask her to be in my shoot, she automatically starts going into like how she's talking to this dude, and he's this, that, and the other, he got good dick, like all this stuff. And I'm just like, oh, okay, you know. I was just like completely kind of like turned off after that. And basically our whole conversation the rest of the night was basically just about her. So I'm like, you know what, I see where this is going. Okay, y'all, so I'm gonna go in with my Born This Way concealer and my Juvia's Place concealer. The Juvia's is in color 10, and the Born This Way concealer is in Spiced Rum, and this is what they look like. If you can see that. Yeah, that's what they look like. So anyways, yeah, so that was like the second time that we like hung out or whatever. So her get together wasn't until like a week after that or a couple days after that. So in between time, she's like texting me, and she's like, why don't you ever text me to hang out? Like, girl, what I'm like, why don't I ever text you to hang out? So I'm gonna be real, y'all. Like, I'm the type of person, I feel like I'm that type of friend where I'm gonna be there when you need me and stuff, but I'm just not the type of friend who's like, oh my gosh, like we should do this, we should do that. Like, I will do that sometimes, but you know, or maybe if I see you on Snap and you out somewhere or whatever, I'll be like, ooh, like where you at, like let's meet up, something like that. But I'm just not, like, at that time I feel like I just wasn't like that kind of friend, you feel me? I was just kind of the type of person where I just like to be by myself, really, you know. So yeah, so we had that whole debate, and she's like, you don't ever like hit me up to hang out. She was like, we're supposed to be like friends and shit. And like, to me, I'm like, just because we friends don't mean I gotta see you like every single day. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, obviously, you know. Like I fuck with you or whatever, but to be honest, it was kind of like I was just kind of turned off from the first like 2 incidents. So I'm like, we could be cool, like I'll hang out, but like I wasn't trying to be like, oh no, you're my, you feel me, all this and other, like you're my bestie for real, because like I feel like it was that at first, but it just ended up just kind of going downhill. So anyways, you know, I responded to her, I'm like, girl, I'm like, it's not even that, you know, it's just that, you know, I be kind of doing like my own thing, you know, that, you know, that's all. But I ended up telling her, like, I don't want you to feel like that, like, you know, come over or whatever, just, you know, like come over. And she's like, yeah, because, and then when she texts me back, she's like, yeah, because you always, what is she saying? And she's like, yeah, because you always come to my house and you'll never invite me over. So what's the address, basically? And I'm just like, okay. Okay, US strike 2.5. US strike 2.5, shorty. Okay, fine. So I give her the address. We're hanging out and she's like, oh my gosh. She's like, wow. She walks in, she's like, your house is so cute. She's like, your house is so cute, and you keep talking about you want to move, you know, just via the conversations we was having before. She's like, your house is so cute. And I told her, she's like recording the shit. I'm like, girl, don't put my house on Snap, like it's dirty. She was like, girl, please, your house is not dirty. I look at this girl's Snapchat later that day, my shit looks fucked. I'm like, I asked you not to do that. And it's not like it's like a big deal, but it's just the fact that I'm like, stop playing with me, like, you know, just, I don't know, it was just too much. Anyways, y'all, so let's get to the climax. I just had to give y'all a background and just like some of the like things that happened like leading up to like this whole issue. And I'm gonna let this dry like a little bit, but it just became like a whole issue. So anyways, so we end up going, where do we go? Where do we go? So she ends up telling me, she's like, let's go to this party. I'm like, okay, cool, like we're gonna go to the party or whatever. So we end up going to this party and it's hella far, y'all. The whole time I'm thinking it's in like Minneapolis or some shit. Shorty sent me all the way to like somewhere hella far, like an hour and some change away, like so far, y'all. On top of the fact that like I was trying to drink at that time, I was like smoking and stuff. So I'm like, you didn't even tell me it was this far, like we could have just rode together. So it's like her and her other friends, whatever. So long story short, we get over to, you know, the house or whatever, and whole time the dudes that was at the house before, it's their party. So it's like, it's their party, but she's telling me, oh, it's my friend party, it's this and other, not even telling me that it's like these dudes party or whatever. So we go, we're chilling or whatever. I park my car and she's parked like across like the street from me, like across the way from me. So I go and I get in her car, I'm cooling like with her friends and stuff, and we cooling in the car, we drinking, we smoking or whatever. Whole time we didn't even get into the party because they ended up calling the police, right? Whole time her friends are underage, like she don't want to get in trouble, so we hiding out in the car. The police jam down on people, girl. So my car's parked on the other side of the street. Whole time everybody's car that's sitting there ends up getting a ticket. I was so mad. That ticket was like $150, y'all. Whole time I didn't even go into the party. I didn't even turn up. Like, so now I'm stuck paying this ticket. Like, now I'm stuck paying this ticket. So I'm just like, you know what? Okay. Alright. That's fine. So that was the other incident. So after that, I was kind of just sworn off of her. And, like, I wasn't letting it be known because I'm not, like, I just disappeared, basically. I didn't let it be known. I didn't let it be nothing. I'm just like, whatever. So we probably ended up, I got a text from her, like, I want to say a month after the fact, and I don't even have the message, y'all. Basically she was just telling me how she was on her feels, how she feel like I don't mess with her, and like it's always been like that, like I don't know, just on her feelings for no fucking reason. Whole time, girl, I ain't did nothing to you. You the one that been on this weird stuff. Like if I had known this from the jump, I would not have messed with you like that, you feel me? So she's like, you know what, like let's just like start over, like come over, it's just gonna be like a girls night and whatever. So this was the first time like I had seen her in a long time, and you know she had looked so good, and like low-key I'm like, you know, I'm the type of friend where I'm like, when I see you I'm amping you. I'm like, girl, you look good, like girl, you should do X, Y, and Z. Like I'm that type of friend. I amp my friends. Like I'll never down my friends. I'm honest with them, and maybe that's like what most people don't like, I don't know. But I'm just like, yeah, girl. And she had like lost so much weight. I'm like, girl, you look good. And like we was both like working out and stuff. Was supposed to be each other's gym partner, all type of stuff. She's like, oh, you look good too, like, you know, whatever. So we just chilling, we smoking, drink with all her friends. Girl, okay, here's the tea. Here's the tea. Here's how it happened. Here's the tea. So her and her friend, they used to live together. They used to roommate together. So this is my first time at their new house since they had been like roommates and stuff. So I guess before I came, like they was like arguing or like this, that, and the, you know, this, that, and the other. So it's kind of, you know, like a little bit awkward, I'll say, when I like walked in. It was kind of like you could tell that it was like getting real cliquey. Like her roommate and some of her friends were just cool, and then basically the girl that I was like cool with or like had the issues with, whatever, it was just like me and her really, like after the fact, after we had a couple drinks and stuff. So we sitting there, we listening to music, you know, we just cool, and everybody kind of like split up and stuff. So I'm there like all night, y'all. It gets to about like 4 o'clock. It's a knock on the door. It's a knock on the door. I'm like, ain't no way. Here come the same dudes from the first party, from the second party where I got the ticket. Those same people that said that I don't like them, they're at the door. I'm like, girl, every time I come over here, like, I'm thinking it's supposed to be a girls' night. And I'm not, like, against, like, hanging out with them or, like, nothing like that. I'm not, like, against hanging out with them and stuff. But it's just like, girl, like, I'm just assuming that it's a girls' night. Like, you know, whatever. So, yeah. So, anyway, so they walk in. They got hookah and stuff. And, like, to me, I'm like, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, ain't nothing open but a pair of legs for real. I'm like, what is they doing over here? You know, whatever. I ain't say that, but I'm thinking that in my head. So her friends, like, they didn't want them there. Like, her other friends didn't want them there. So they was like pressed. So I'm guessing they knew the whole time and I didn't. So that's why they was into it. So I'm like, okay. So the dudes out there, they smoking or whatever. They cool. So I go back in the back room to where like the other girls, and I'm like, dang, like, I'm like, why y'all back here? And they just start spilling all the tea, talking about, feel me, how basically she was like boy crazy. Like, basically she was boy crazy. Honestly, y'all, she was boy crazy for real. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my Juvia's, and this is in the color Gobi, and I'm just set my foundation or my concealer. So anyway, so they get to talking, and they get to basically saying like how she's like boy crazy, and like how they pretty much like can't stand it. And I'm just like, oh, this is like news to me. Whole time in my head I'm like, that's low-key what it seemed like, you know. So yeah, so that's low-key, like, low-key what it seemed like. So she ends up coming back there, and so the friend that keeps inviting these dudes over, she ends up coming back there, and she's like, she busts open the door because the door was closed and she was just out there with the guys or whatever. Whole time I'm back there just trying to see, like, you know, what's going on. Like, dang, like, everybody like split up like this. So her friend's giving me the tea, whatever. She comes in, she busts the door open, and she's like, wow, like, y'all acting real funny. And she ends up telling her friend, like, her, because this is the roommate and the friend, like, arguing now. I can't give them names, y'all. Like, I just know them too well, so I give them names. So hopefully I'm not confusing y'all. But so she busts in her roommate's room, and she's like, y'all acting real funny right now. And she ends up telling her, she's like, get the fuck out of my room. She's like, get out, you know, whatever. And she's like, wow, that's crazy. And then she starts coming at me. She's like, and you're acting real funny. You're supposed to be my friend. I'm looking at her like, girl, like, girl. Oh my God. I'm like, okay. So she slams the door. She walks out. So her friend's like, so her roommate's like, I don't even see how you cool with her. Like, she just does way too much. And, you know, basically was just like talking all type of stuff about her. And I'm just like, okay. So I end up leaving the room after talking to them for a little bit. And I walked into the other room because their rooms were right across from each other. So I walked into the other room, and she's like, wow. She's like, now you want to come in here? Like, she used to just be coming at me sideways all the time. Like I'm her assistant or something. Like, girl, you better talk to me like a person. You feel me? So I'm like, girl, I was like, I mean, I didn't expect, like, I basically telling her, like, I didn't expect all this. Like, I don't want you to feel no type of way. I was just trying to see, like, why everything was, like, going on. Like, and I'm assuming it's a girls' night. And then the dudes that's in there, they just, like, start talking stuff because they're like, oh, you're the one that doesn't like us. And, like, just doing all this extra stuff. Like, boy, get the fuck on. So anyways, so me and her kind of, like, started, like, talking and stuff again. And I didn't want her to feel, or, you know, type of way. So I'm like, okay. So I'm sitting in there with her now. So we're all smoking hookah and stuff, and it started getting late. And I'm the type of person, look, I don't care if it's 2 a.m., 3 a.m., midnight, 6 a.m. I ain't spending the night nowhere. I'm going home. Like, point blank and the period. I'm going home. I don't care. Plus, I wasn't about to stay there while I was a gang of dudes staying there, especially after all the stuff that I heard. So I'm like, no, like, you know, I'm gonna just go home. Whatever. So then, and this is on, like, I want to say a Friday or like a Saturday or something. So after this, me and her, I'm assuming that we're cool, but we're really not cool. So I low-key felt like she started like sneak dissing me on Facebook, like just talking about how she can't deal with fake friends, and she's basically saying like how bitches hate on her because she looked better than them, like all type of stuff. And I would notice because I would upload a picture and she would upload one the same day, or you feel me, I would always like her pictures, commenting on them, all that stuff, like really showing her love, like because I don't feel no type of way about my friends. Like, bitch, your come up is my come up. We some good looking friends, we look good together, let's post up, like, you know, that type of friend. Like, it's never no competition ever, fuck what you heard. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. They ain't never want to like my shit, they never want to comment. I'm putting the heart eyes and all type of shit under her pictures. Like, it's not that, you feel me? So I ended up just like telling her I don't want to be cool no more. Basically, I was like, I don't want to be cool no more. It was just too much. It was too much drama. And I'm just like, girl, before I met you, like, none of this stuff was happening. Like, I ain't have nobody, you know, basically like all in their feelings and shit all the time about nothing. Like, I'm not your girlfriend, you know, type shit. Like you're like, relax, you know. Anyways, I don't know, y'all. She was just on like a bunch of weird shit. So then we had like I mean, in between time we kind of like talked like a little bit before we stopped talking, like during that month, because I'm forgetting some parts. And I started telling her, I'm like, you know, like, I want to start like a YouTube, like I want to do like all this stuff. And she's like, really? Me too. Like, I've been saying that for the longest time, like shit like that. And I'm just like, now that you can't, there's a million YouTubers, billions of YouTubers. Like, it's not even that. It's just the simple fact that, like, girl, I feel like you're always trying to be in competition, and this is not no competition. Like, girl, win, lose, or draw, what's meant for me is meant for me. You know what I mean? So whatever, I had to put that part in. So anyways, I ended up just like, she ended up like hitting me up and just had like a whole issue with stealing her feelings. And I basically told her, like, girl, I'm not about to keep addressing issues with you. I'm not about to keep fighting with you all the time. Like you fight with your own friends, you be talking shit to me about your own friends, so that should have been a red flag anyway. And I felt like she didn't want to hear that, so she's like, oh well, it doesn't matter, you a hated ass bitch anyway. Like, was just saying all kind of like crazy shit to me. And I'm like, girl, like, get the fuck on. Like, you're extra for no reason. And I just basically told her, like, fuck you, pretty much. So I blocked her on everything. And we was arguing on Facebook for whatever reason. So I ended up blocking her. She ends up writing me from a whole nother place. She ends up writing me from Instagram, because we follow each other on Instagram. So I'm like, what? I respond and I block her on there. Feel me? We just like, we going back and forth, like we fighting and shit. Shorty has downloaded a whole texting app just to beef with me, y'all. Just to beef with me. And I'm like, you really wilding right now. So hold on, I'm gonna put my lashes on, y'all, and I'm gonna come back because I ain't gonna be able to focus. Anyways, y'all, so that escalated really quickly, right? So anyways, so yeah, she just like going in, like escalated like hella quick. And I'm just like, girl, I'm like, it's never that serious. It's literally never that serious. And I'm like, how are, like, basically, how are you mad? Like, I've been a good friend to you. I still was showing up. You was still coming at me, giving these sly ass comments. Like, you was just being hella fake, and it makes me seem, and it made me feel like, what are we working towards? Like, what are we being cool for? Like, you trying to be boss friends? Like, what you trying to do? And I just felt like I didn't get none of that energy from her. And it was just always something. It was just like always an issue. And I'm not with that. I'm like, girl, it be enough stuff going on. And like, I'm not your girlfriend. Basically, I'm not your girlfriend. So anyways, so she ends up like texting me from this texting app, and she just going in calling me like a hating ass bitch, saying she don't like fuck with me, like I always been like a hater, like all type of shit. And I'm like unhappy. She was like, you ain't nothing but the devil. Like, she was saying all kind of crazy shit to me. And this was on a texting app, so I don't even have the receipts. And I'm so mad because y'all, I really cannot make this shit up. Like, all this stuff really be happening. So I'm like, girl, bye. I was basically coming to her because I was mad at that point. I was like, you're weak as fuck. I was like, you over here dick dizzy over people who don't even want you. You're doing the most. Like, you're betraying your friends. You're unhappy as fuck. And you're trying to, like, portray, like, put that onto other people. Like, don't put your insecurities off on me. Don't do that. I'm never in competition with no bitch. Especially not you. Like, you know, type shit. Next thing she knows, she's like, oh, well, you already know where I live. If you still wanna pop your shit, pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Oh, so she pull up. I'm like, girl, you, like, it's never that serious. Like, you want to fight me because I don't want to be your friend? Like, the whole time I'm like, girl, I was like, you was just at my house like however long ago. If you want to see me, you could pull up. And this is crazy because all this is happening when I'm at work, because it had happened like over the weekend, and then I was probably like that following Monday or something. So I'm like, girl, like, don't you have a job? Like, why are you doing this? Like, girl, she was saying all type of stuff. She's like, that's not, she's like, I bet I got more money than you. I bet, like, all type of shit. Like, girl, money don't equal happiness. But even if that was the case, you clearly need it because you're an unhappy ass bitch. And it doesn't matter if I have $1 or $1 million, bitch. I'm gonna feel the same. Like, get the fuck out of here, you know, type shit. And I'm just like, how you count my pockets? Like, and when did that even become relevant? Like, I just didn't understand what, I just didn't understand. So anyways, she's basically telling me like pull up this, then the third, and she like never did. And like I gave her the address to my job. I was like, well, pull up. If that's what you want to do, like pull up. It is what it is, feel me? My break is 30 minutes. I got a good 10 to spell. I got a good 5 to spell. You want your rounds? Let's get it. So it never ended up happening. So let's fast forward to like current day. I just recently seen shorty out at the same seafood place that we had got into it at when, well, we didn't get into it at the seafood place, but when she was like, oh, well, basically telling me she didn't like my business logo. The same place that we had ate at, me and my boyfriend, me and Jamel ended up going to get some food, feel me? She telling me it's on site, it's this, then the third. She saying all this stuff. Why I see shorty there? Why I see her there eating with some nigga? Why I see her there? So I'm looking. So I see her, I'm looking, I'm like, I look at her because I'm like, really? I look at her, she looked down. We placed our order or whatever, and we still had to wait. So it was probably like 10-15 minutes. I walk back up in there and she's gone. Whole time I'm in the car popping shit, telling Jermel like, yo, like, I should drag her, you feel me? Like, she really tried it with me for no reason. But the whole time when we got back up in there, she was gone. And like, I haven't talked to her since. Now I heard that she has like, she got a shorty and everything now, and you know, she got her little man, they got their own little whatever. That's what I be hearing through the grapevine, you know. So I'm just like, wow, like, it was just crazy, and it was for no reason. And it's like, y'all, yeah, y'all be popping y'all shit, y'all be saying what y'all gonna do, and don't nothing even happen. Like, she wasn't really on that with me when she saw me in person. She was just keyboard banging, you know how they do. So I honestly, I haven't talked to her or nothing like that like since then, you feel me? I done completely stopped doing my makeup just to tell the story, but you feel me? Like, so we haven't talked like since then, and I like, it was just like so exaggerated, y'all. It was so exaggerated, and it was for like no reason. And it's crazy because me and her friends that like were at the party and stuff, all of us are still cool, all of us are still like friends and stuff, you know, but her and all her friends are not friends, and I feel like that says a lot. So, you know, at the end of the day, like, you can tell a good friend from a bad one, and shorty ass was just like doing way too much for me. And I'm not gonna lie, that low-key kind of hurt my feelings a little bit, because I'm like, we've been cool all this time, and you know, since we was damn near like kids, and you know, confess to me how you feel me, wanted to be cool with me, like all this stuff, just for you to like turn out to be a fucking witch, like just for you to turn out to be a demon seed, just for you to turn out to be Chucky for real. Like, girl, ugh. It was so bad, y'all, and it was like never that like real or that serious to me, to be honest. So I don't know, I didn't feel like I was a bad friend to her whatsoever. I wonder, like, have y'all ever felt out with y'all best friend? Like, did y'all get back cool? Like, I want to know. Let me know in the comments how that was. And I want to know, like, what are some traits that y'all look for in a best friend, because I'm curious, because she just swore up and down that I wasn't shit to her, and I just like wasn't cool with her, or her flings, or her dick appointments, you feel me? So I'm real curious to know. And this was the Fenty bronzer, y'all. This was in the color Coca Mommy, because I just completely forgot. Once I get into my stories, I really get into my stories. So anyways, we're still not cool, but I actually ended up seeing one of her friends like just recently, well, before COVID and everything, at the club, and she just asked me how I'm doing. She's like, wow, she's like, I haven't seen you in a long time. Like, she's like, why, you know, I heard what happened between y'all, basically. And she just said that she felt like it was sad, and she felt like her friend was being a bitch. And she was just like, you know, hope, you know, we all don't feel like that, you know, whatever. Or we all felt like that, like she was being like bogus, basically. She just like wasn't a good friend, y'all, and really tried to fight me, but whole time saw me, it wasn't a crumb. The blush I'm using is ELF, and it's in Always Rosy. So I just put a little bit of that on. So we ended up just not working out, like not being cool, and it just kind of sucks. And I feel like it just wasn't worth it. I feel like it was over nothing. And to me, that beef was like so high school, y'all. I feel like that beef was so high school, and it didn't even have to be like that. Like, it was so high school to me, and I just like wasn't here for it. So now she's trying to like turn this page and be like this super like spiritual person, like all this stuff, because people still be telling me, feel me, because you know some people know how we like fell out and stuff, so some people be like telling me like what she be on and stuff like that, regardless of if I give a fuck or not. So yeah, I don't know, I guess she's trying to turn a new leaf and do better, or whatever the case may be. But I don't know, I don't feel like I was wrong for basically saying I didn't want to be her friend. Like, I didn't want no negativity, and like the whole experience was just like negative every time I seen her, and I just wasn't here for it, y'all. Like, I'm too young for that. Like, I feel like we're too young to be unhappy. It's too much going on in the world to be caring about stuff like that. So I'm going with my little Busted Glow Kit. As y'all can see, this is like my favorite. That's why I saw super busted. And I'm just going with the color Bronze. That's like the only color I use. But yeah, so I don't know, it just ended up kind of just like being, I don't know, a little bit too much. And I don't feel like I was wrong for saying I didn't want to be cool with her. And I just feel like it's 2020. Like, I'm at the point in my life, like, girl, please, if you don't want to be here, you don't have to be here. Like, if you're gonna cause extra issues, you don't have to be here. If you're gonna feel some type of way about everything, you don't have to be here. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with you voicing your concerns, but when you're talking about like, but when it's constant and it's only with one person, I just feel like it says something, you feel me? I just feel like it says something like, I'm cool with all your other friends, and nobody else have like no issue with me. It's like just you, and nobody else have no issue with me. And I don't know, I'm not ever the type to be like, ooh, this bitch is hating on me, like they be hating on me. Like, I'm never the type to like be like that, feel me? I give praise when it's due, I give credit when it's due. I've never been the type to do that. Yeah, I don't feel like I've ever been the type to like do that. I've never been the type to hate on my friends at all. I'll be, girl, you cute, you feel me, like we're good, like, you know, it's never been that. Like, all I want is boss friends. I want good people around me, like-minded people around me. And I feel like we was just on two completely different pages, and maybe that's why we, you know, just didn't mesh, you know. I just feel like that's like, maybe that's why we like didn't mesh. So her cousin actually ended up coming from school, and me and her ended up like getting back cool. And I'm not the, like, I low-key want to know if she heard about like what happened and stuff, but I'm not the type of person to bring it up because I don't want to make it seem like I'm trying to be messy. So if she say something, she say something, but if she don't, trust and believe, I'm not gonna say nothing about it. And then for my lips, I'm just using a regular lip pencil, and it's in the color Cocoa. I think I got this from a beauty supply. I think it was like $1. Pretty sure. So I'm gonna go in with my MAC lipstick, and this is in the color, what color is this? Honey Love. And this is like my favorite lipstick, you guys. Like, this is my favorite lip combo. I used to really hate lipstick, y'all, because my lips are so like full. I used to really hate lipstick, but this is actually really cute. This is cute. I'm gonna just put my lip gloss over it. I need a little shine, you know. And then I'm going with my Morphe Continuous Spray, and I'm gonna just wet her down. Okay, so I'm going to get dressed, take off my little headband, and I will be back to finish out my story time. Okay, y'all, so this is my finishing look, and this is more so like my everyday look. It's hot today, so I wanted to actually put my braids up. Yeah, this is the final look for my makeup. As for finishing my story time, you guys, there is a few things that I forgot to add. It actually just so happened at the time that we like was still friends or whatever, you know, the whole time she's talking to me about like my hair logo and pretty much how she don't like fuck with it, on top of saying the fact that like, oh well, everybody sells hair. Well bitch, how many brands of bread is in the bread aisle? How many brands of deodorant do you see? Have you used the same one all your life? You know, that's kind of the like type of energy that I was on. But anyways, whole time she's criticizing me and all this stuff, but months later she ends up like representing like a whole like hair brand, having like her old hair brand and basically selling like hair. You feel me? So I'm just like, girl, that's that shit I'll be talking about. And I ain't never want to call nobody a hater, but she was hating, trying to put her insecurities off on me and said that I was the one that was hating the whole time. Like, that wasn't even the case, y'all. Like, it wasn't even the case. I swear it wasn't the case. But anyways, moral of the story is keep your circle tight, feel me? Don't let nobody fuck with your energy. Despite who it is, like, make sure that the people that are around you are good people that are around you, because like, it's just no room for negativity and just mess in 2020 or any year after this. You feel me? Just like, period. So that's basically the end of my story time on how like my so-called best friend ended up being like my ex-best friend, and like how she wanted to fight me. Like, you feel me? So let me know what y'all think about this story time. I'm pretty sure I'll be dropping another one this week along with a haul. I think I messed up in my other video and said I would have it up by Friday. This time I just got my Fashion Nova package and I just got my Pretty Little Thing package. So I'll be doing like a little summer haul or whatever, and a story time. So I'll be dropping hopefully 2 more videos this week, maybe one on the weekend, we'll see. Just let me know what y'all think about this video in the comments. Let me know if you ever had a friend like that. Let me know how you handle the situation, and basically how you pick and choose your friends, because I'm curious to know. Thanks so much, y'all, for watching. I have more coming. I have a giveaway and stuff coming, so make sure that you tell a friend to come subscribe and join the family. But until next time, y'all, peace.